Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM Dumpster Fire. Today we're back to talk about Jen from Scentsy. And this is a little clip that I found on YouTube where she is speaking at a stage for the Scentsy event. So I have not watched it. We're going to react to it together. It's not too long, so we're not going to be here for too long. And before we get into the video, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you would like to support my channel. That's a nice free way to do that. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Let's just get straight into it.
Hey friends! You're welcome, thank you. I am Jennifer Anderson. I'm the Superstar Director of Radiant Rock Stars. Yes, I love you. I have been with Scentsy since 2010 and have been really blessed with an incredible business. My business has been my family's sole source of income since 2019 when my husband retired from his career in corporate America at the ripe young age of 37. Yeah. Our Scentsy business allows us to live in the most gorgeous place.
When you say retired, he quit his job, right? That's what he did. He quit his job. He did not retire. Also, yeah, Jennifer is one of the top reps in Scentsy. I've covered her multiple times and I'm going to keep covering her because she's very rude, in my opinion, very condescending to her downline. She got into Scentsy like 10 years ago, so early enough, and that's why she's successful today.
Place we could find, the upstate of South Carolina, and it helped us build a beautiful home, yeah, to raise our family in. It gives us the freedom to be with our 2 children, so we don't ever have to miss a moment if we don't want to. And we truly wouldn't have this kind of freedom if I didn't start focusing on my front line long ago. I started sponsoring just a few months into my Scentsy journey and quickly realized that sponsoring and helping those consultants get launched and developing leaders were the activities that were going to give me the kind of business and income that I wanted.
So you just admitted that recruiting is how you make most money in Scentsy. That's a product-based pyramid scheme then, Jen.
So I focused on what I could control, meeting people and asking them to join. Those are basically the only 2 actions that are absolutely within your control. So learn to get really good at those. There are many, many different ways to recruit, which you heard about today. But this is about what we do once they've joined. How do we help them along their journey? How do we get them to work? How do we get them to promote? Well, to put it plainly, we don't. Hear me out. We are only in control of so much, and you truly cannot make anyone work or catch a vision or create big scary goals for themselves. But you can create an environment where people want to work, or where they want to be a part of something bigger, or where they want to do big scary things because they see other people doing it too. And really, it must start with you. If I want my frontline to be setting and achieving goals, I have to go first. If I want my frontline to promote, I've got to go first. If I want my frontline to meet new people, I've got to go first. If I want my frontline to have more joint conversations, I've got to go first. If I want my frontline to be consistent, I've got to go first. You catch my drift? Your frontline follows your lead. So go first in all the ways that you'd love to see them perform. And after you go first and model the behaviors you'd like to see in them, then you are more qualified and more confident to help them achieve their own goals. But it doesn't end with you just going first. Then comes the important part, connection and leadership. And very honestly, I don't have a magic system or use a spreadsheet that will change your business. Nor am I perfect at tracking my frontline's performance. I won't give you Google Docs or magic questions to get engaged with your frontline because I'm not going to be inauthentic and tell you something that I know nothing about. Here is what I do know. Number 1, I will never be more invested in someone's business than they are. Never. I always put it this way. As a sponsor and a leader, I will match their level of involvement. This means that my leaders get the most time from me and the rest of my time is allocated down the ranks. Number 2, boundaries. We love this word these days.
Funny she's saying boundaries, because I was waiting for this one. Because in one of the previous trainings that we watched from her, she said that she asked somebody to join, I think, was it 10 times or something over the span of a couple of years. That is not boundary, Jen. That is definitely not a boundary. If someone tells you no, or if someone ghosts you and you keep asking them to join your business throughout the years, that's not boundary. That's actually opposite of boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries.
These days. But I have a love-hate relationship with the word boundaries. They are important, but I see leaders actually use this word as an excuse not to connect all the time. I am guilty of this on occasion. And while boundaries can be healthy, we can also have too many boundaries or keep so many boundaries that we're just so close.
Oh, I didn't see this going into this direction. So yeah, absolutely. Respect no boundaries. Don't even set any boundaries. If people say no, keep asking them. If you're afraid to ask someone, go ahead and still ask them. There's no boundaries. Yeah. Boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries is what is preventing you from recruiting them into your MLM scam, in my opinion. That's what I heard there.
Close to the chest, and we aren't actually emotionally investing or giving to others. Number 3, my husband says it best. I learned this from him. It is never wrong to be generous. Never. Yeah. I'm going to tell him you clapped for that one. It is never wrong to be generous. When you are deciding where your boundaries go, when you are deciding how much to give, err on the side of generosity. It is never wrong to be generous. This includes your time, your energy, your hope, your love, your wisdom, your training, all of these things. Just go for it. Number 4, your job as a leader and sponsor is simply to offer. That's it. Offer and detach from the outcome. This means that you offer connection, you offer training, you offer advice and programs, but if they use it, if they appreciate it, or if they don't, it's not a burden you bear. This one is a very tough discipline. But as with any learned skill, the only way to improve is to practice, as we actually heard our keynote speaker say yesterday. Practice, practice, practice. And if you are aware, you will get better at this as you grow. You will learn to love and give and serve without expectation of return. Number 5.
Without expectation in return, but also you respect, or you're taught to not respect anyone's boundaries. So you're still gonna hope that one day, even though they said no now, one day they might change their minds and you're gonna ask them again in the future, and hopefully they'll join in the future. That's my understanding of that. That's my interpretation of these steps.
Servant leadership is the only way to do this for a very long time. Serving others is rewarding and fulfilling, and you can't be exhausted if you view every person as a gift in your life, rather than a number or a box to check on your way to the top. You will always feel joy, no matter how hard the days get. Here are some ways that I have personally connected with teammates in the past and resources that I've created to help them build their businesses. Coaching calls. Number 1, yes, actually on the phone, where we would discuss activities in their business. I'd help them uncover their roadblocks, and we'd set goals, and I'd hold them accountable. Essential through superstar consultants would get 15-minute calls. Directors and above get 30-minute calls. Number 2, I do an entrance interview. This means as a new frontline comes into the business, I'd ask them a series of questions to help me navigate our relationship as they grow. I might ask them, why do you think you're a good fit for Scentsy? Why did you join? How many hours per week would you like to dedicate to your business? These are great questions to ask in the beginning so that you know how to help them along your journey, and you know whether to invest a ton or pull back, right? The next thing is albums on our team page, and that's the picture that you're seeing up there. I created these albums. These are current business resources that are easy to navigate right on social media where your team already is. Often, it's screenshots of what's on the workstation, but it also includes online party packs that I created in real life images that they could save and share right there. Super easy. Next thing, team training website. I use Google Sites. It's super free, very easy. I created a team training website for my front line. It's also for everyone in my downline. The idea here was to be more hands-off a little bit in the beginning, to bring some unity and continuity to our onboarding as a group. And this is sort of a really cool perk. It gives new sponsors confidence in helping their teammates. So how many of you have been a brand new sponsor, or maybe sponsored 1 or 2 consultants? It's a little scary, right? Or if you're new in the business and you sponsor someone, it's a little bit like, what do I tell them? The whole idea behind this website was to give them confidence in being a sponsor and help them build their own team. Number 5, RAR Rally. Anybody familiar?
How is a website supposed to help someone gain more confidence? I feel like there's a lot more that has to go into that rather than just a website, but okay. I love how they mention something that's actually an issue that has to be worked on if you want to overcome it. Like you have to really work on it very hard. But they're just like, oh yeah, this website is gonna help them with confidence. Like, no, it's not. It's not that easy, because if it was that easy, the world would be filled with a very confident people.
With RAR Rally? This is, or was, a once weekly Zoom call focused on the celebration of what's going right in the world. That's what we do. Keeping up to speed on current business events, and it was a personal training delivered by me or a guest. It was absolutely amazing to watch the chat box fill with encouraging words, consultants helping each other, and people forming friendships with our weekly meetup. These are all very easy to implement, tangible ways to increase connection in your teams. And you don't have to do them all. You can do one, or you can use them as a jumping board to go home and create your own cool ideas that fit your team's vibe. But here's the final piece of this puzzle that I really want you to understand. The biggest key you need to find in this success, the biggest key that you need to find real success in this space is being willing to change. Your business goes through seasons just like your life and relationships. Your business will need different things from you in different seasons. You will need to adapt to meet the needs of your business. And you absolutely cannot do it all. Leaders wear so many different hats here at Scentsy. We are accountant, chief marketing officer, business strategist, customer service representative, liaison, connector, resources department, sales manager, packing and shipping, delivery service, hype squad, research and development, right? We do all those things. And I mean, it really, really is so much. So it's...
You do all those things in an MLM for no profit. Well, the majority of people, not Jen, because she's obviously successful, she's at the top, but most of the people do all of that on daily basis for no profit at all. It's really sad.
Totally okay to focus on 2 or 3 specific departments in your business in a specific season. Very honestly, as I started to prepare what I would say today, I actually felt extremely unqualified to talk on this topic. Because over the last 2 years, I've taken a big step back from connection and leadership, part of my business, which is exactly what I was supposed to talk to you about today. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that some of you maybe needed to hear just that I didn't perfectly execute a plan, or help 10 people promote to superstar director in the last year, and that's okay. Because it was what my business and personal life demanded from me in that season. I focused hard in on sales, follow-up and recruiting, and I have been
I'm a little bit distracted by the fact that she's reciting this whole speech. It sounds like she's at school, like reciting something that she had to memorize. But also, she needed to talk on this topic, but she didn't do this, and she felt unqualified. That's not you doing something. Doesn't mean that you're automatically qualified for it. But also, to me, this is giving people the wrong advice. You might not know what the hell you're talking about, and you might not have any practice in it, but still go for it and still talk about it to other people and teach it to other people or whatever. And it's just like, no. If you're not qualified, if you don't know what you're talking about, whatever that is, whatever topic, you shouldn't do it because you're not qualified and you don't know what you're talking about.
Extremely successful in those spaces. In fact, last year I recruited 36 new frontline and sold over $90,000 personally. Yeah. Results not typical. I don't know what the link is. You know what I'm saying. I ditched the weekly calls And instead, I hosted retreats for my downline in my home and in fun locations. I created an entirely new team page on Facebook, literally shut down, forgot 10 years of work, closed it and opened a brand new thing, focused on celebration, community, uplifting fun. I spent dedicated time with my daughter, who is growing faster than it seems time should allow. I took a marriage class with my husband, and we are truly stronger than ever. But my business is entering into a new season where I've got to focus hard in on connection and community and building leaders. So it's time to shift yet again. It's time to start anew. It's not time to recreate what once was or get back a feeling that I once had. It's time to build something completely magical and fresh. It's time to serve, give more than I take, and ask my teammates, how can I help? Thank you.
There was even a little rhyme at the ending. It really did feel like a school recital, didn't it? But also, how is that at the end helpful to the people that are watching this, hoping to learn how to get better in their business? This was for her and what she did and wanted to do for her downline or whatever, but it's not really helpful to anyone who's at this conference. Not even her team. This is just a Scentsy event that they had. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I know this was a short one, but I thought this would be nice to hear and to see Jennifer in a stage environment. She was a lot nicer, right? She was just reciting stuff like that. When you compare it to the calls, I'm gonna link some of the calls at the end of this video where she was really rude if you want to take a look at that, if this was too short for your liking. But yeah, we're gonna wrap that one up here. Please let me know your thoughts below, or I'm sure I forgot to comment on something because I was a little bit distracted. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end, and don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. That's a nice free way that you can support my channel if you'd like. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.